Baksha.
Yeah.
Come on.
And let's be honest, like these two again, they have fantastic players, but also you have Sensui rocking the Carmilla yesterday. But also do keep in mind, Kyle TZ has won from Sensui's book. They love the Akai.
Yeah, and the Akai has been a surprising pick for a lot of the teams that we've seen so far, but not healthy in terms of the win rate.
Here we go.
First pick here, would it be the Fredrin? Would you see the value in him? Let's see.
Let's see if he's always on the case, right? If he's always going to be on the case. But there's a lot of things that Falcons AP.Bren can consider here. They can get the Minotaur, something that they really loved in the regular season. They've always first picked that for the first 3 weeks of the regular season. But again, it's playoffs. It's very, very different.
Yeah, and Coach Bonchan taking away the Harris. That's respect, but at the same time,
the value.
It's Blacklist International saying, we should be ready. We are ready to face the Fredrin of Kyle TZ.
Yep, and add to that, do take note, first 3 bans of Falcons AP.Bren. Look who's out. Edith is out of the option. No flex for both Edward and Haji.
Both Ogren and Haji love to play this Edith, and you could say the same for Edward. No big flex picks here in the early parts, but the Arlet's still open to take if ever they do want to take that big XP lane pickup.
Yeah, there's the Arlet. Vexana is also banned from the side of Falcons AP.Bren. They really do target these key players that have played yesterday. And the thing about Blacklist is that, again, there's a lot of things to consider here. Even though the Arlet is now going to be picked up. But a rush on the Carmilla.
I think this is Blacklist International saying, yeah, we have a pick that we love and we will prioritize it.
Yeah, and Carmilla has been the pick for Blacklist International so far. What will be the reply coming in from FCAP?
For me, it has to be heroes that survive burst.
Val. Val is one of the biggest counter against Carmilla because you have a Carmilla, we have one too.
Oh yeah, take away the Curse of Blood.
And I don't have to suffer the consequence of losing out on something like I copy. Like with other heroes, you might lose out on stats. You might lose out on key skills. Like if you're against a Fredrin as Val, you don't take the Breaks strat. You only take the Energy Eruption.
That's true.
With Carmilla, you take the ult. You get the 100% of the ult.
And think about this: when you get the Valentina, you also get the access towards that final slash. But looks like they're not gonna go for the Val just yet. But they will with the Roger too. Looks like Roger is back in the mix. Yesterday, we have not seen a lot of Rogers.
Yeah, big question. Is the Moscow going to be popping up? It's third pick. It can be banned by Falcons AP.Bren. Crucial choice here for Blacklist International, but also getting that mage. That's one thing that they have to worry about. Don't get Yue here. He's going to get banned out.
Let's see what route they're going to go. Moscow route, Nathan route, even still.
What if they swerve with a Novaria or a Vexana? Wait, Vexana's banned.
The Vexana's banned.
Novaria might be banned though, second phase, so it is a big choice here for Blacklist International. But again, going back to that Fredrin, look at these stats from County's 92% win rate.
That's exactly 12 wins, 1 loss this season.
Oh,
it's Jord.
The Jord.
It's Jord.
Damn.
We know it's nice.
We have not seen Gord Vix Carmilla in a long time. I'd like to think that this is something new in the playoffs.
All right, Blacklist International, Yuzong ban for sure. You don't want to be playing up against Yuzong. You have 3 heroes that suffer against that hero, so I feel like that is really, really important. But for FlapTZ, he has a variety of options here. You have the Paquito, you even have the Khalid. You can also go with the Tamus. There's a lot of different heroes that can be played here for the side of Falcons AP.Bren.
I got a question though, Midnight. I didn't hear you mention the Borg. Is X-Borg an option?
Oh yeah,
maybe. But the thing about X-Borg is that the Arlet could be flexed onto the roam, right? So they might just be, they might just be picking a losing matchup because Blacklist International, they have the last pick. So now Blacklist International, they removed the Grok, specifically target banning Ogwen. Well, we all know Ogwen. He has a lot of heroes in his arsenal. The Minnow is still up, by the way, for Falcons AP.Bren. And now they Blacklist International, they're suffering the consequences. They picked up the Mage on 3rd. Now they're about to lose on all the better gold lane matchups against the Roger.
Yeah, and the Moskov still open unless they do ban it for the side of Falcons AP.Bren. But I'd like to mention as well, in terms of that Arlet rather, are we seeing a big chance here that this might just go to the roam and this might be Jungle Carmilla?
Yeah, I think it's Jungle Carmilla. This Arlet should be flexed towards the last pick. So now they did ban the Yuzong. There's no point in getting the Yuzong 4th pick. because you're losing out on the trade either way because you're showing both your XP and roam. So you have to remove that from the side of Blacklist International. But that also meant that whatever Blacklist picks on fourth is going to be heavily countered by Falcons AP.Bren.
Yeah, and that's true. Statistically, Blacklist International, their last pick on the red side is the flex between EXP and Rome. So that's what they lean towards. This is most likely an OHEB pick on the fourth.
Oh, they're letting go of the Mount Moscow.
But with them subtracting so many of the gold laners, is it safe to pick it now?
The thing is, if you want to flex the Arlet, you have to wait for the last pick to show EXP, right? So I think this is the Moscow slot, which does it helps Falcons AP.Bren in terms of EXP heroes. Like you think about like viable options against the Moscow. You have the Glue, the Tamus. Those stuff still exist.
And with the Faramis and the Vexana ban, there's not much options to burst down the Glue even when the split is used. So in terms of options, it really is up there. But as you said, this might just be the Moskov slot if ever we do see it locked in by Blacklist International.
Or Natan, maybe.
Oh,
They stole the Minnow.
Yeah, they show it. I mean,
They showed the matchup. They showed the matchup though.
Yeah.
It's Xborg. I think it's Xborg time.
Right?
Yeah, Xborg.
Xborg would
Easy.
be so good here.
Easy Xborg game, honestly. Xborg and maybe even a Ruby.
Oh wow, the Ruby, we haven't seen that for a long time. And the export could definitely burn down the Minotaur before it could even heal up or even force the ultimate quite early on. Last two picks here for the side of Falcons AP.Bren. Will it be a Ruby and an export?
Matter of fact, might as well go utility. Florin, Ralph, they're all good for the side of Falcons AP.Bren. Something that can actually counter the Carmilla as well with the Rafaela. You get the movement speed. You're able to get out of the ultimate of the Carmilla. So that is a big problem for Blacklist International. The mobility. And it's also a good answer against Gord.
I'm a big fan of the Florin. Might just be the pick here.
What about Hood?
Oh, Chip! Oh, no.
Oh! Yeah, Chip.
Chip and Xborg. Interesting. I'm liking it. Even though I would say, all right, Chip gets heavily countered by Minnow. But you have to have the right toolkit. At the moment, Blacklist International, they have team fight, but what they don't have is the ability to deal with the split push of Falcons AP.Bren.
My problem right now, yes, Blacklist International does have the team fight. Also because with this last pickup here, being the Brody, showing something too.
Looks like they're going to fight early game with early game. It's going to be very interesting to see whether or not it's going to work out here for Blacklist International.
And now, bold, though. Yeah, it's very bold, but now looking at the lineup of Blacklist, it's a lineup that if I'm a Chip, I will be super careful when I'm going to be using the ultimate to bring in the other members of Falcon AP.Bren.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it makes the team fight really, really hard for Falcons AP.Bren to take. But you also have to worry about one other thing. Do you split with the Arlet? Because now you have to deal with the Chip that can always just control one side of the map, make it a 4v4, but there's always the threat of making it 5v1.
That's true. The Chip definitely brings in something new to the mix, and I'm really excited to see whether or not it's going to work out for AP.Bren.
The crowd control that Blacklist International has over the side of Falcons AP.Bren. It's not that much, but the numbers show that Blacklist International does have more over Falcons AP.Bren, and I'm thinking it's the duration of the crowd control.
Yeah, the crowd control, the heal as well, the engage, and also just the team fight presence of these heroes. But again, that's down to the paper when it comes to direct head-to-head collisions, but we also have to talk about macro here. Especially with the Brody lineup, you want to be able to fight, but against this comp with a Chip, you're not guaranteed to always have 5v5 fights.
And the 5v5 fights are things that really happen a lot whenever you have a Chip or a Louis. And this time around for game number 1, we do have that Chip in the hands of AP.Bren. And I gotta say, Falcons AP.Bren with this Chip, we rarely see Chip anymore. And usually they do need a lot of early game damage for it. The question is, do they have the early game damage for this Chip lineup to work?
I mean, to be fair, they have a Roger, right? And Roger, I would say, from my perspective, is the best marksman to pair up with a Chip. You go in, people are already low. Use second skill, smell the blood, chase heroes down, and then get back to lane, get back to farm. You're mobile enough for you to be able to abuse the shortcut of the Chip. And one thing that Blacklist needs to worry about as well is the EXP of Falcons AP.Bren here, the export. Even though you can technically still fight into Chip with the Carmilla and Minotaur, you have to deal about the export.
That's true, and it's extremely hard to deal with that X-Borg if you don't have enough burst damage. And I do think that they have crowd control, but not enough damage.
Yeah. Let's see. It's really going to be dependent on
Unless the gourd hits, of course.
Yeah, unless the gourd hits. So, fun fact here, on the second day of the MPL Season 11 playoffs, Black and Bren plus Echo and RSG played series. The exact same matchup on the second day of MPL Season 13
Just
playoffs.
like deja vu.
Because guess what? Past 3 seasons, same 4 has played. The same top 4.
And that just talks about the consistency of these teams, the consistency in their excellency. And of course, I would say the over-mountain pressure of being in MPL Philippines. Did that guy just zoom through?
Yeah.
That's a Johnson.
That is a Johnson.
Or maybe a Link.
That's,
I don't know, man.
That's a
Fast.
Roger. That's a Roger.
It's a Roger who has smelled blood.
Damn, why
that
am
you?
I there?
Oh,
Nice.
it's Ray Ash, no wonder.
Nice cameo from all over the world, I guess, even in the Filipino broadcast. There's so many people here in the Champions Arena.
Yeah.
We've got to appreciate
we've
what's
been-
happening here in our venue.
I'm so happy that for 2 days now, packed house.
Yeah, packed house. Barely, I would say the seats that are available would be not enough for groups of friends to seat together.
Bro,
Yeah.
swear to God, I was here yesterday. It's hard taking, finding seats.
It is.
Like we have a kind of a cheat because we get to sit whatever we want.
Yeah.
But we couldn't because like there's no seats.
Exactly.
At one point,
But
I
here
was
comes a
watching
Fredrin I love to
Oh,
watch.
go.
Praises ref back to the land of
Oh,
dawn.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
I like that.
Welcome back to the land of dawn. It's still game 1 between Falcons AP.Bren and Blacklist International, 2 championship organizations duking it out for supremacy.
Yeah, a little bit of a faster rotate there by the Carmilla. Anything else in the early game that you want to point out here, Midnight, as the emblems are showing up?
I would say whoever wins the Gold Lane matchup. I mean, it does favor the Roger still, but with the minnow present, it's gonna minimize the impact of the chip and the Roger in this lane. But all in all, this should be a wash. First turtle is what's gonna dictate the momentum here for either team.
And the Master Assassin emblem coming in from the Roger, just making sure that they win those 1v1 matchups here in the gold lane. And overall, the engage and the aggression coming in from FCAP, definitely online already with Ogren landing on this chip.
Still slow and steady for both of these two. And I'm still trying to
Saw the
read
late
where
freeze.
where the first big engagement will be. It's a deep cut onto, oh no, that is Haji, excuse me. I thought that was Ogre for
Imagine
a
we have
moment.
like 4 flickers in the side of Blacklist International.
Surprise! Lycan Pounds, first blood, F-Cap.
Again, the lane freeze from Super Marco Oheb. Quite greedy. He didn't know where the chip was. He tried to step over to the lane to get some XP, and now he suffers the consequence. This is the power of a chip. He's very hard to deal with in the early game. He don't have enough damage to take him down, and he camps lane so well.
And with that, the gold lane matchup for FCAP is just really good with the Roger, with potentially
look at Oheb again.
snowballing towards the mid game as
Oheb.
well. Now,
Really low.
looks like they're going to go for the turtle, AP.Bren.
Yeah, the members of Blacklist International are here to contest, but Open zoning them out. And Chewy trying to look for a turnaround shortcut used already. Curse of Blood. Here comes the last Insanity. But the chip's gonna fall. But God, these will be able to get the turtle. He's just turning around. Appraiser's Raft. That is FCAP getting 3 kills. And the turtle now. Excuse me, I was a bit too premature there. But FCAP get a win. 2K gold lead spike all of a sudden.
Falcons AP.Bren, I thought they were done with that Carmilla ultimate,
Oh my
but
goodness.
with the damage coming in from the gourd, still wasn't enough to burst them down.
I mean, they did take down the chip, but that was everything. They've thrown everything down to the kitchen sink, but that was a wombo combo from Falcons AP.Bren. The taunt from the Fredrin with the last insanity of the X-Borg. They didn't even need the shortcut. The Roger didn't even jump in.
Yeah, then when we look at that entire trade, it's like they took everything to burst down Ogren, and for what? For not even a turtle, just a kill. And that's where we're seeing the 2K gold lead in the hands of Falcons AP.Bren.
We're 3 minutes in, by the way.
We're 3 minutes in. This is bad news for Blacklist International.
Yeah, that was a crazy spike that we saw.
Crazy.
Oh, final slash stolen by Few. And look at him just facing down on Arlott and saying, I can take you on.
With a chip, too. They have shortcut and final slash. Those are big ultimates.
Big tempo control for the side of Falcons AP.Bren. Anytime that they want to fight, they could fight. The question remains, will they fight before the turtle?
Here's the thing. I've always considered like Chip a bad hero on the hands of like brawl-based teams.
Turn around.
Top
3
window.
versus 1. Edward trying to survive it. Here comes the shortcut. And
5v1.
suddenly, it's 5 members of AP.Bren out of Falcons before that.
And just like that,
Just like that.
you got 5 people in your lane trying to take your
Falling
stuff.
though.
All right, it's Blacklist International Sir and Kyle Teasy helping out Super Marco. While the members of Blacklist
Ogwen.
International come to Ogwen once again with the Y-Walk. Outrageous Wrath, Curse of Blood. And here comes the Mystic Gush. You went with the save. Haji as well, but here comes Few.
Few.
Does he know? Can he sense it? Sends Zui back. Flicker forward. Not enough damage. Stunned by Oheb. Few holding on.
Oh!
Mystic Gush. Oh my goodness. The Capitan. What a play.
A godly play from Few. El Capitan in the house.
See you later, he says with a Mystic Gush. Now 2v2 down bot lane here. Might just be another conversion for FCAP, but looks like they're going to go for the turtle instead.
What fingers are getting frozen? What getting old?
Kyle Teasy going forward. Appraiser's Wrath sends you back. Highlight that, folks. Phew. What a play on that Gord. He gets taken out, but he took down the jungler. That's a W trade for FCAP, who got the turtle.
Dude, there's always going to be a score in trades, but if you're able to take a role that is above you, like if you're a support, all core kill, they do matter. And that was the jungler. That was like the highest priority in the game.
And still, a 3K gold lead for the hands of Falcons. AP.Bren, Blacklist International still trailing. Couldn't really find the team fights that they want. If you're Blacklist International, I just want to know, what do you have to do? What is the win condition here when team fights occur?
I mean, as of the moment, you have to find ways to punish the Chip. Because again, I was talking about it earlier, like Chip on the hands of brawl-based teams, it's bad. Because you don't get to utilize fully the effect of the shortcut. But on the hands of like a macro-based team like Falcons AP.Bren, they're really able to control the map like this. We're 5 minutes in, and it feels like Blacklist International is cowering for resources. That's why I think in this current situation of the game, during the mid-game, they need to find answers with the Chip.
I love what Falcons AP.Bren just did just now. They changed up the lanes for the 2 side laners. They're going to be able to take down up top. And because they have protection here in the bottom lane, they can hold on to this. Blacklist International, they tried to adjust. They made the right adjustments to answer it, but they walk away with nothing.
Yeah, slowly the goal difference in the XP lane is starting to look bleak here for Edward. Already 1,600 ahead. Flap DC is having a hell of a game.
Here comes the pendulum. Falcons AP.Bren, they understand this so well. At this point, you don't need to stay side lane. You start from the mid. Let Ogwen stay on the side lane. With the cooldown of the portal, you can just pour it in towards the top lane. Make sure that you set up for the Roger. But even then, in this current situation, they don't need to do that. Leave Roger top lane because you have a shortcut. Fight the 4v5 in the turtle because it's still essentially 5v5.
Every time the shortcut is up, a team fight may occur. Blacklist International, it's really hard for them to find these big team fights that they want. The ones that they started all with the Curse of the Blood. It looks like they do find Ogwen once again.
Oh, they know.
Realize shortcut already dropped here. It's going to be up for a while for the members of Falcon AP.Bren. Rushing the turtle, are they? And Blacklist International, no contest.
3 turtles didn't even need to retry it. Looks like early game is looking great for Falcons AP.Bren.
You know what's crazy? This Roger feels like he's a Moscow. He can just pop inside a team fight from the portal.
Look at that 3v1. The Filipino cannon showing why he earned himself a title of the world's best export. Up top, Ogwen finds Zoheb. Haji's here to come in for the assist. Shortcut not up just yet.
Yeah, but
Oheb and Haji back off.
It feels like you can't even find it because the thing is you have to know when the shortcut cools down. But that is like a specific set of numbers of cooldowns that you have to remember. But even then, Chip showing up, it's very hard to already take him down. But you also have to worry about the safety of the marksman on the side of Blacklist International. Oheb cannot fight that.
And look at the positioning coming in from Falcons AP.Bren. They're just pressuring so many people, and look at that!
Curse of Blood! Last insanity! Edward with the big final slash. You were able to free him, but Ogwen from out of nowhere! He stops the Mystic Gush! Oheb able to get away! It looks like Edward's stuck in a bad position! Edward trying to hold on against the Arlot! Who will survive the taunt? Edward falls!
A 6K gold lead in the hands of Falcons AP.Bren, and Blacklist International is looking like they can't find the fights that they want.
Blacklist International, they're playing in the hands, in the palm of Falcons AP.Bren. Another shortcut.
And Sensui can do nothing as he gets crowd control chain. We talked about crowd control earlier, but because of the lead that Falcons AP.Bren has built for themselves, this is what we talked about beforehand. Falcons AP.Bren are a team that don't allow their opponents to play Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
When we look at Blacklist International, they have the damage. It just, why won't it land?
Again, it's the macro. It's the effect of having the chip in this lineup.
Super macro.
Yeah, super macro. The Macromatic himself. It's even the other way around. We were worried about 4v5s earlier into 5v1s. Guess what? They're not even forcing 4v5s. It's always Roger in the side lane, 1v1 in the lane, and the 5v1s, they don't chase for that. They chase for the 5v4s.
And as we enter the 9-minute mark, we're already looking at a 7K gold lead and might just be an uncontested first lord of the game. Things are looking worse and worse for Blacklist International as Falcons AP.Bren secures the first lord of the game.
And here's the fun part about Chip. You don't even have to have the best hands in the world. You just press alt, that's it.
Hey, you gotta need the best brain in the world, though.
Exactly.
That's why I love Chip.
Falcons AP.Bren, they understand the map movement so much that there was no space for Blacklist International to literally pressure a lane. The only lane that they've touched is the bottom lane, and even then, there's a slither of damage on that tower.
All right.
They're pushing in mid lane. Looks like Falcons AP.Bren decides to take away the buffs first. Blacklist International already trapped inside their base. It's like a 2x2 square foot house. They really need some galvanized steel squares right now.
I thought it was beams. Squares?
Steel squares.
Yeah, steel squares.
With eco-friendly wood veneers.
All right, I'll get it right next time.
But maybe Blacklist International, they need a permit from Falcons AP.Bren. Because as of the moment, Falcons AP.Bren, they're not letting Blacklist extend this game further.
Yeah,
I mean, late game, yeah, sure, you have damage, but you also are fighting into an export.
Yeah, Falcons AP.Bren feels like the Bureau of Galvanized Steel Squares. Denied.
That's true. I definitely agree with Auntie's, I don't know, screws. And what else can we say? Right now, Blacklist International is just trapped inside their base.
Yeah, this is just vintage Falcons AP.Bren, folks. If this is the first time you're seeing a Falcons AP.Bren and you're wondering, hey, are these guys the world champions and the champions of the Philippines?
Yes, they are.
They are.
Why? Because of this.
And also because of the fact that Falcons AP.Bren has had the highest number of 10K gold leads in the regular season.
Oh, that's
and
true.
now they just added one more to that count.
And to be in this level of excellent gameplay for the longest time, ever since their world tour in Cebol, it's just insane to me,
I mean,
honestly.
to be fair, they haven't stopped yet.
They haven't stopped.
Yeah, this is part 2. It's season 2.
It's like season 1 was great, season 2 was also great, and I'm not excited for the cursed season 7s,
the
you know?
champions, yeah.
I'm thinking, though, I have a title for it. The
What?
World Tour.
The world tour.
It's season 2.
Electric
'Cause it's season-
Boogaloo.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
I like it. I like
Exactly.
it.
You got a proper billing for that too.
Thank you
30
for that.
seconds from now, though, the first Luminous Lord of the game will be spawning.
right.
Looks like Blacklist cannot go out of their base.
Yep,
Let's
they're
look
stuck.
at both junglers here.
Oh
Look
my
at the
God.
significant difference in GPM.
Yeah. Also, just
no.
the fact that the brute force has risen up to the current meta. Even, well, to be fair, before nobody wanted to pick it up, but now you feel the essence of the brute force breastplate. It allows you to fight more, move around the map more, and also gives you like decent amount of clear speed. Because now in the current patch, it gives physical and magic attack bonuses.
That's true. The more you have I think the better your early game, the better the brute force breastplate purchase is. You know, it's like one of those items that you buy early if you get your snowball on.
It has ballooned to a 12,000 gold lead, folks.
I love balloons.
Same.
Same, bro.
I love it when there's 99 of them and they're all red. Earlier, we saw it. Super Marco has almost a 3,000. I think it's climbed to like 3.5 now at this point. Gold lead over Oheb's Brody.
He just doesn't die.
12,000.
Marco just does not die.
Oh,
Edward,
Edward with the final slash Mystic Gush. Here comes the big wombo combo, but then answered as well by F-Cap. countered by FCAP, but an interesting take by Blacklist International. The right call to make, and it's good that they didn't lose any members because here comes the defense. A lot of their ultimates are still up, but
It's
same
like-
as well for Falcons AP.Bren.
It's like Edward found the perfect play, but they also found the perfect block to it.
Exactly.
And now we have the Luminous Lord marching up top, taking down one inhibitor turret. Down bottom lane, Edward might be in trouble.
Edward's gonna get taunted. Here comes a shortcut, and he's gonna be able to flicker away. Final slash. They're under the turret. The members of Falcons AP.Bren, but here comes the final. Last Insanity. Mystic Gush. Knocked by Haji. Immortality popped on Ogwen. Is he gonna be able to get away? But here comes Mystic Gush, sending back Oheb, almost taking down the gold leader of Blacklist International.
Oh my goodness, they just don't let you play. They're not even done yet. Look at Marco. He really hates towers, bro.
Yeah, and AP.Bren is #1 in turrets damage per minute in our regular season.
Dude, so many things has happened. Like, so many spells has been thrown by his teammates. Marco just took 2 towers. That's it. He doesn't fight unnecessarily on the side of Falcons AP.Bren too.
And that's what we want, you know, controlled aggression. You know
Yeah.
what the objective is, and the objective is turrets. And the
Macro
reality is the 14,000 gold lead. And Blacklist International, agents here in the venue right now, silenced by this gold lead. Game #1 is not looking great for them.
And so we all understand in the English desk right now is situationed in the side of where the Blacklist International fans are.
And we have not heard screams.
By the way, this is the first time all throughout Season 13 that the gold lead has passed the average minute mark.
Insane.
Yeah.
And oh my god. You know, let's be honest here. For Blacklist International, I would say that the only win condition left is to delay this game, to
Shortcut? Oh,
make this game longer.
Are they actually going to enter the portal? Super Marco goes in, but they send the members of Blacklist International back. FCAP though, Ogwen's really low.
Bro, what? Marco was like, all right, no towers. All right, goodbye.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be fair. For a team behind 15,000, they're playing really well.
Yeah. Ogwen got shredded there, man.
0 copium. They're actually playing well for 14,000 gold lead behind.
I mean,
Like they're doing their place.
to be fair, Falcons AP.Bren, they do need to wait for the Lord. They don't have the best end game breaking capabilities in the world. Like, yeah, sure, they have a last Insanity, but they don't have the set. They don't have the repositioning spells, like a final slash, I would say. But even then, he could just copy that. But for a while now, he's been copying the Mystic Gush of the Gourd.
Looks like they're gonna find Edward.
And Edward, Haji, Ogwen goes in through the beacon. Shortcut committed, but they're all here. They don't need to use a taunt onto Edward. Is he going to be able to get away from this? Haji already used a flicker, so did Edward. Edward not going to be able to get away. Stop. Oh, the curse of blood. Final last Insanity. Double kill for the Roger. Unstoppable. It's flapped easy. 3 down on the side of Blacklist. And Heavy's trying to hold on here to try and deal damage. There goes the torn apart memory. But there goes the members of Blacklist International as Falcons. AP.Bren. 16,000 gold lead to dominate game 1.
16K in 16 minutes. That is a world champion team game up there.
This is a statement game from Falcons AP.Bren. We want that MSC. We want to be able to dominate. We want to win. Whatever it is, they don't care, and they don't even let their enemies play their game.
Yo, I'll be honest.
May mga times noon na gusto mo na sanang makipaglaro or ito yung mga members ng side ng Blacklist International.
Which helps with the